Drive on Lugnutz.
And we are going live. We are doing it live again for the 133rd Walljangers and Walljangers Media Network podcast.
Okay, but what does that have to do with the catalytic converter?
It has nothing to do with the catalytic converter, but we'll find out more about it once we start the show.
Okay. Welcome, Lugnutz. This week, Ford goes hands-free. Is sort of maybe if they can make it work. It's not really working. Japan celebrates Italian design. 1,000 off a Chevy Spark rebate and 120-day deferred payment. So, may vary in some states. MX-5 wagon, Lexus that you'd love, but only if you're in Japan. Hellcat Durango, the new M4 grill that everyone's going to be talking about, and a $16 million Cadillac engine.
Okay, drive on Lugnutz indeed. And of course we start.
This pen is not that satisfying to
I know, because there's no clicker to annoy the hell out of me. But we do want you to go over to pjnwh.com where you can find this as well as all of our awesome podcasts with the highlighted promos right here. The very best moments from the show right there for your free viewing pleasure. You'll find last week's Triforce podcast, Discless PlayStation Taco, as well as last week's Lugnutz, Batman is a car guy. Now, you'll notice we didn't do a Let's Play with Your Walljangers, Elder Scrolls Greymoor this week. Of course, had to do the Father's Day thing, our father being Bear Grylls on Father's Day. But we did have to do our respects. We'll be back for a normal Let's Play with Your Walljangers next Saturday to continue the whole thing with our Nord Necromancer Linky Doodle.
And right now, we have recalls. There's a recall on Robitussin, there's a recall on lettuce, and
that sounds like
your
a different
calipers
show.
May fall off.
Well, that sounds like us. Okay.
They say you should not wait. There's a crash risk in 1%, but you don't want your wheels to fall off. That's where calipers are, right?
No, the caliper is for the brake caliper. So if the
so your car just won't be able to stop and you'll die.
It will.
Don't walk. Run to your Mazda dealer now. Cause a ruckus. Get in there.
Call your Mazda dealer. See, because it all depends on how widespread. The recall, only recalling
just for 2020 models and
the brand new models.
They say this is very serious. Do not wait for us to contact you.
So call your Mazda dealer, but. It's
right
24,000 CX-30s, SUVs, and Mazda 3 small cars from 2020 models. So call up Mazda, let them know. They definitely have to check out those brake calipers because that's what holds the whole thing together inside the wheel. So if that goes, you're talking about catastrophic damage to the wheel and suspension.
You're gonna die.
There's a possibility.
Flamey crash.
There's a number of different possibilities on how
explode.
It all depends on how it comes off. So just give them a call. It's obviously
prevent horrible death and get your recall.
Saving lives here on the Lugnutz podcast.
Yes, unlike Ford. Ford has plans for hands-free driving. Their idea was for the Mustang Mach-E to be the first hands-free car.
Oh yeah.
For 2020, but they can't quite master it. I'm thinking there's something wrong. I do like to look at that interior.
I bet if there wasn't a world event, they may have had a little bit more time to fine-tune. So
yes, but they're calling it. They're going to install the active prep package.
Okay.
It's going to prep you for hands-free.
Is that like a fluffer?
I don't know. It includes lights, cameras, sensors, radar, LiDAR, FADAR, X-ray, Z-ray, Y-ray, whatever the hell they claim in these things now.
LiDAR's the new thing, but yeah.
That is a gigantic screen.
Yeah, man, especially with the big screens now.
Right.
I mean, it's a nice big touch screen, but you'll notice if I move this up a little bit there, the aircon that may actually just be a full screen, but that looks separate to me.
It does look separate to me as well.
At the bottom there, which is good.
Below.
You know?
It also has lane centering, which I'd only want that if I could turn it off. The roads are too horrible around here.
Yeah.
To get through the roads here, there's so many like potholes and things. You kind of gotta meander around them.
Unless they could detect
Unless you
that.
have a very
But that, I imagine
tire.
how a person maneuvers around the
I'm
potholes
sure
and
on
stuff.
Perfect California roads, it's wonderful.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
They're also saying it will come with, prepare yourself, cruise control.
Wow.
It will not drive itself, but it'll have cruise control.
Okay.
Just like every
Interesting
car
gauge
since
cluster
the 80s.
here that they have on the screen here, but
It's an
all
odd
electric.
looking. It looks like a screen. I hope it's not a touch screen.
I feel like that should be like a gauge cluster.
Shifter if it's an automatic.
That should be a gauge cluster for like the shuttle on the Star Trek Enterprise, like one of their shuttles. That seems like that, but
and then that's it. But
I just see that as a very expensive screen that is probably going to go.
it may, but maybe they got real quality products.
Oh, right, yeah.
Ford has made a decision. They first said they were going to announce, probably accidentally, I'll give them on this man's birthday.
Oh yeah, juice.
If you don't know, there was a bit of a car chase, something with a matrimonial dispute.
Yes, Mr. O.J. Simpson.
So they moved it from the 9th to the 13th because they don't want to be associated with Mr. Simpson.
Again.
I wonder why.
Yeah.
You know, he wasn't he acquitted or something?
Well, yeah, if the glove didn't fit, so they must have acquitted. But, then he got busted stealing his own memorabilia. And, I could see how... But he made the Ford Bronco infamous.
Yeah, that's one way to put it. And hopefully the new all-wheel drive, off-road system will really bring it into a new level. And
I don't know. I see that as a guy like me in the office, like,
a guy who
no, we'll put it on this date. It's going to be funny. And they're like, Chuck, what the fuck did you do? Oh my God,
I picked a date.
I didn't even know.
9th? Oh, is that his
that the
birthday?
God, I didn't even know.
It's fine, but
You have an autographed picture of him behind you.
you know what's they're only making 50 of? That of the next story.
Oh, I thought you were going to say O.J. Simpson.
No, he's more than 50.
Okay.
They're making an ultra rare new GTR.
Yes, they are.
Yes. Nissan is celebrating Italian design. They had an Italian design it. He said it's based on Italian heritage and Italian houses.
Well, that's good, because if they were going for like a Japanese heritage thing and getting an Italian guy to do it really wouldn't fit.
Yeah, it will have 710 horsepower. There will only be 50 made. 755 torques will be crammed in there. It has a bigger fuel injector. It has bigger brakes, obviously. They improved the drive shaft and the differential. I think I saw here. No, it was another story they say.
Nice adaptive wing that pops up out the
A
back.
brand new surface stability system. I think it's. I
It looks
wouldn't want
nice.
it in that color.
No, but it does look nice. It has nice body curves. I love how the rear spoiler just pops up. And GTRs are always... I always loved the look of the GTRs. But number one thing is this is even pulling it further away from the name Skyline, which is fine. It's GTR. It's still the same family. That's like saying
still
your
a
cousin
beautiful-
really isn't family.
It's
He
still
is.
a beautiful car.
But the main thing about a Skyline was how it was shaped, the styling of the car, and it had a manual gearbox.
And you can import them now.
Yeah, this does not. This has an automatic gearbox.
We will not be subscribing.
No.
Thank you.
But, I mean, hey man.
But it looks
it's a good
like an
car.
amazing car for those 50
absolutely.
lucky people.
Yeah,
Only
man.
50.
But then again, let's be honest, not too many people are going to buy it.
Yeah.
Not new.
It will be a
You know,
rare sighting.
it's
And
not gonna be
unfortunately,
like
most people who buy it probably won't be prepared for this next story. Before you look, they say this is a fantastic design.
I already let them peek, but yeah, no, this is it.
This is the new Nissan Kick. It is their turbo crossover.
All right, this is my horrible
They
joke.
say in the beginning that it's great design. I don't know.
This is my horrible joke. Kick it out. Dave Coulier level. But no, seriously, God.
They promised a pickup crossover with turbos, and there's more photos below.
Was there anybody asking for a pickup crossover like that? I wouldn't even be asking for that.
No,
But
that's kind of hideous. Go to these.
yeah. Even in red.
What are you gonna do with that bed? That bed is so small. What are you gonna fit in that damn thing?
Can't even fit a body in that. No. But it looks like the Baja.
Yeah.
Trying to do that.
I'd like it to go the way of the Baja.
Like the Nissan Baja Truckquitto.
Yes, Baja Truckquitto.
Coming to a Taco Bell near you.
Yes. Would you like to save $1,000?
Not on that.
And 120-day deferred payment?
Well,
The Chevy is offering you quite a deal during this pandemic. They have, if you're just looking for a car, the Chevy Spark may be the car for you. They're offering $1,000 off and 120-day deferred payment on 2020 models.
I'll walk.
Starts at $13,000. If you really just need a car, this is the car for you.
I mean, that is cheap, but
30 miles to the gallon city, 38 highway, 27 cubic meters of cargo space, 10 colors, 10 airbags, 1.4 liter 4-cylinder, automatic and manual. It has 98 horsepower and 94 torques.
now the real question is, do the airbags come in different colors?
I think it's standard.
That'd be
white
nice if they matched
or
the
beige.
airbags with the color of the car. Like, boom! Like, oh, it's blue too. I don't know. Maybe it'll be a little comforting, you know? Unless you have a red car, then it's like, boom. Oh my God, what is wrong with my face?
Yeah, I don't think that's their first.
Okay.
I like to point out a good deal.
So I kind of just debunked my own idea there.
Yep, if you're looking for
That
cheap-
interior is not bad, though. I mean, for a nice, cheap car,
Nice,
you have
cheap car, yeah.
a nice big screen,
looks like a reasonably priced
separate
car.
aircon. You got controls on the dash, on the steering
And
wheel
it is
there,
law that they all have to have backup cameras now, so it will have a backup camera.
which is always helpful.
Just enough to get you from point A to point B, and that's generally what most of us do. Did you say you wanted a hatchback? A wagon hatchback MX-5? You may not have, but they made this. It kind of looks like that BMW Z.
Yeah.
I didn't like that, and I don't think I like this. This one is yellow.
This kind of looks like the person who drives the Nissan like 370Z, but he's like, now he has kids, so he has to get a car seat. Oh, I could fit a car seat back there.
That the back wagon part only weighs 22 pounds heavier than the Roadster.
Oh.
It was designed by a Spanish artist who apparently was a fan of the BMW nose car.
Yeah.
If you held it sideways, it looked like a nose.
Yeah.
That's why.
I mean, now I would buy that.
Jose Antonio Adrindin.
Now that is a Mazda I would buy.
Yes, there was the hatchback version that they were working on a while ago.
Yeah, that one I would have bought because that's cool. That reminds me of like a nice,
Yeah, that not bad.
Nice
the
car.
new ones are really nice, but if you got a
And that's what they
2020
were.
model,
kind of that really
is-
looks like what they were basing it off.
yeah, it looks a lot like that, just a little bit different.
Yeah. So, I mean, hey man, you got another green
You know,
model there, but it is what it is. There.
I think I'd go with the convertible,
Right.
but I am a big fan of the convertible. They're making changes to the BRZ.
Big changes.
Yes. Well, Subaru plans to phase out the BRZ in time. Probably pretty soon. This BRZ will have a Subaru Accent engine, 2.4 liter flat 4. It was 217 horsepower, 177 torques. Now it has 260 horsepower and 277 torque. piled up in there. They do plan on ending the BRZ, so I'd get one now if you want to. Now with even more horsepower.
Yeah, now would be the time to snatch up the BRZ, but I see the same kind of problem like Dodge and Plymouth had. Now, obviously, it was the same company, but they put out the same car. It was a Neon, and they had the same name. Now, these have different names, but it's literally the same car with different badges.
Yeah.
So, I kind of got to wonder, like, did you really need both
the
of them?
Neon was a neat little car for a while.
Oh, I had one. It was great. But
especially if you wanted something cheap that you just wanted to like work on the engine and soup up and get to know how to
work on cars,
do
yeah.
stuff.
And a lot of people, started off on that. But especially, Turbo Troy, he has FRS, loves the hell out of his FRS. It's his little tofu car. And it's, still reminiscent of the AE86, and
they
that
just
whole
say
bloodline.
Subaru plans to phase it out.
Oh, yeah, no, Toyota's going to keep going with it.
Nothing about Toyota. So
Yeah.
you will be able to get that.
Yeah.
And maybe they won't use the Subaru
Yeah, they're not
engine.
stopping the line altogether. But like I'm saying, the Neon kept going, even after Plymouth, went out. So sometimes, you could still keep going on with the car. So I'm happy. I'm perfectly fine with there just being.
So
one.
I think if they're going to end the Subaru, they're going to phase it out. You're going to want to, if you're a collector, you're going to want to snatch one or two of them up.
Oh, absolutely.
Probably.
Especially the last year.
Snatch it up, put it in a barn for like 30 years or whatever, drive it.
And then sell it to an antique guy who says, "Yeah, I'll move all this crap out to
then
get that."
sell it to that guy from chasing classic cars.
Yes, that's exactly what you do.
That's what you do.
Or you can do this.
Hellcat Durango is coming.
Okay.
6.2 liter V8 2021 supercharged, 700 horsepower at the crank. Wow, boy, the Durango has changed.
Oh no,
hasn't it?
they're a part of Icemas.
Icemas. Is that an ice cream company?
Yes.
Wow, I didn't know they're making
They
ice
sponsored
cream.
this Hellcat.
Okay, I didn't even know they.
Maybe it's 15 M5. It might be 15 M5.
Okay,
They're
well,
not
it's
part of
the
a
brand
terrorist
new
cell.
Dodge Hellcat is coming to a Dodge dealer near you. Dodge
Fair enough.
Durango Hellcat. It looks like a Dodge Durango on steroids, like all Hellcats.
Yeah.
If you like a SUV that's overpowered, this is the one for you.
Oh yeah, all the Hellcats are just nice and powerful, and especially if you're in American muscle and having a lot of that, especially the Hellcat, everything that they bring to offer with it. If you got the money.
Yes, you definitely have something over those people who drive the Suburbans.
Very true.
Yes.
Very true.
Lexus did a virtual introduction for the 21 IS sports sedan. Here it is there. Tested at the Nürburgring, and we all know what that means. The suspension's so hard you won't be able to believe it.
Yeah.
21 pounds lighter, they're saying. Lighter hub bolts, coils, spring arms, and A-arms, and suspension stability bars, all new.
Yeah, especially lightening up a lot of those heavy suspension components. It'll really give you a lot more power from that engine that you have in there.
The engine, it will have the option of a 241 horsepower, or you go for the upgraded V6 3.5 liter, 310 horsepower, 280 torques version. Get yours from starting at about 40 grand.
Okay. And it's a Lexus, so there you go.
They're usually pretty reliable.
What's BMW doing?
What about the other Lexus story?
Oh, was there another one?
There should have been a Lexus. Yeah, the 500.
Oh, there we go.
This car I added because I think it looks rather fantastic. I don't know how it drives, but it looks rather smashing. This is the Lexus LC500 is upgraded and only available in Japan.
I like how the rear end looks like it's judging you.
Oh yeah, I think it's fantastic.
You're
looking
not
from
fast
Portable.
enough.
I love when they do supercars. They for a long time they ignored the supercar, and then the was it the LFA? They did that one and blew everyone's mind. It's about time that Lexus blows everyone's mind again and
I really
them out of
like that in
box.
white. I really like that in white.
For a
man.
while before the LFA, I think Lexus was only known as like reliable car driven
like,
by old
yeah.
people.
Yeah.
But now when you bring up the supercars, you know, Kia, if you want to impress some people, do this.
It'd still just be a Kia.
Yeah, but if
They're not.
But can
Lexus.
you imagine a Kia supercar?
Break down what Lexus means. Luxury export U.S. That's luxury.
Yeah.
Kia is
You won't be
not
able to get
luxury.
this in the U.S. This
Yeah,
is only
Kia-
available in Japan.
Kia, you know what they are? Bikes! Tom Segura. It's exactly what they are.
I have hopes for little Kia. Kia's like the little engine that could. I'd love to see them.
I hope Lego starts making cars. Like, all right, calm down there.
BMW,
Dennis.
on the other hand, has a brand new grille. And everyone is talking about it.
Well,
It'll
if,
be a rear-wheel drive car. They're using the S58 engine with 503 horsepower, 473 torques, I believe, if I can read my handwriting. What do you think about that grille? It's very angular over the old ones. The other,
it looks literally like a grill.
it does quite literally look like a.
If
like
I got some
my
like
gr-
some
our grill
burgers,
Outback.
there's some steaks, some nice long juicy steaks. Slap it on there.
You know,
Feel
it
like you
took
should
me
cook.
a long time to like the BMW grill. For a long time, I hated those little
Yeah,
buck teeth.
yeah.
I hated that. But it's kind of growing on me, and this one looks really nice.
It's
I love the
different.
styling
Yeah.
all around with the very
Yeah,
aggressive.
I don't like the color, but the style of the car very aggressive, and
I wouldn't get it in that color, or I'd
It's-
have to wear a gold suit.
they
Wherever
it's
I go.
it's almost like they got, you know how rappers will have the gold grills. They got a grill for their buck teeth. That's what that front end looks like.
Well, it needs a lot of oxygen, so it
Yeah.
needs a big gulper in the front.
Having those gigantic, literal air masses right there, that's going to suck in a lot of air and keep the engine cool. But
Can't
it
wait
also
to
looks
see the
stylish at the same
reviews.
time.
Absolutely, on this car, BMW always puts out,
Those headlights look
usually
great.
puts out a killer.
It's a nice look for the headlight.
Oh yeah, nice LEDs, and they got
Mhm.
those rings around them now. That looks really cool.
Oh yeah,
I like the rims as well.
absolutely classic BMW style.
So,
BMW
have you
style.
ever been in the city and needed to see one of those bikes that you can rent? Bike!
We're talking a lot about bikes.
Bikes! So, this is the new Q Drive. It's a car that you can rent in the city. It is a pedal car with storage. Looks like it has one seat. There's a picture below. of
I
guy
prefer a
sitting in
rickshaw with a robot.
It
pulling.
has a top speed of 15 mind-blowing miles an hour.
Some jackass is still gonna drive that down the fucking highway.
Weighs about 660 pounds. Stores about 145.
And then somebody's gonna put like a fucking big block or like a Tesla motor in that shit.
They plan to be in cities for you to like rent. They're 10 grand each if you want to get a pedal car.
I'm telling you, 10 grand, you get like a fucking new, like one
43
of
to
those newer
62
Tesla engines in that.
miles.
That could be a fast whip. You have to reinforce that, otherwise you die. But that's a different kind of option.
That's probably why they call it a pedal car, because that's not, let's be honest, don't take it on the fucking road. Please. Stop
But
it.
they're
Stop at
giving you, like,
crosswalks. Let the real cars.
yeah, they're giving you a different kind of option there,
couldn't-
which is interesting.
I couldn't see myself getting one of those.
No.
It's a one-person car. Like,
Do you want women to not only never fuck you, but also never even look in your general direction? Buy one of these.
yeah, it's. It looks like it belongs on a golf course.
Although, if you bought one of those and made it a sleeper, holy shit.
Put like the Tesla motors in there.
That's what I'm saying, man. You make that shit a sleeper, people will be like, dude, I got beat by a bike.
A bike.
Bikes! Yeah, man, bikes.
So, or what would be nice is putting the engine from the next story into this. Cadillac has spent $16 million That's right, $16 million on their new Blackwing engine. It is a 4.2-liter twin turbo. They poured $16 million into this thing, despite plummeting sales.
Well, fuck the sales. That's an impressive looking engine.
That is a serious looking engine. If you're like, I mean, that's an amazing looking little engine.
Yeah, that is the engine that could.
Oh yeah, that is.
It'll could all over you.
Oh yeah, and too bad that sales are plummeting. This might be one you might want to snatch up if you're a collector or you just like Cadillacs. I know quite a few people who have the CT4 or maybe it's the 5.
We'll have to see because people are starting to get out there and start purchasing cars again. So we'll have to see if maybe this entices them for this.
This may be the Cadillac you've always wanted.
I mean, it looks nice, man. You look at the nice gauge cluster. You got your, it's not a full out flat screen like Ford's
if you look at the actual body of the car, it's not the Cadillac of yesterday.
That's not bad interior either.
It's a nice luxury car interior.
But the outside.
And even the outside. All right, it's.
See that back end? You know what that one's doing? That one's smiling at you. Watch this.
Yeah. Watch this. That is what that car is saying.
We're looking at the asses of cars and seeing what they say to us.
Yeah. What is the grill?
And the grill classic looking Cadillac.
Cadillac grill. For a Cadillac, I think it's a little more stylish than it was back in the day. But
you know what this gen is doing? They have the drippy ice cream.
Yeah.
On every corner of the car, it's like the headlights have to drip like they were melted in the sun at the factory, and then they just built around it and said, fuck it, we made too many of these.
Yeah. It's too bad that sales are plummeting, because I think Cadillac is going in nice directions.
Drippy
Hopefully
ice cream
they
Cadillac.
could save it.
Drippy ice cream Cadillac may be the title of the podcast right there.
Okay.
That's exactly what they look like, but it is absolutely
It's getting very hot in here. So we have to turn on the air conditioning, and we'd like you to go to pjandwh.com, click on the Contact Us, and send us an email about all your car needs, desires, wishes, thoughts, wants, needs, and everything.
Do you have something lucky and naughty to say? Pop your name, your email, and your message right here, and you can also find us on all social media handles, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. And like I said, we'll be back next Saturday for Let's Play with Your Pajangers. Tomorrow.
For Triforce
next Monday.
Podcast.
Yeah, Monday for Triforce.
And Sundays for Lugnutz. Doesn't matter if you drive a Cadillac.
Or a Q-bike. Nothing rolls without Lugnutz. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.
It's going to prep you for hands-free.
Is that like a fluffer? This is my horrible joke. Kick it out. Chuck, what the fuck did you do? Oh my God, I didn't even know.
Right?
Like the Nissan Baja Truckquitto. That'd be nice if they matched the airbags with the color of the car. Like, boom! Like, oh, it's blue too. Kia, you know what they are? Bikes! See that back end? You know what that one's doing? That one's smiling at you. Oh, my wiener is not going to be licking me this entire podcast, is he?
Yeah, that's my plan.
He's trying to get the bone from under my butt. Wow, that sounded so dirty.
All right, on that in the bombshell, let's start the show.
That feels weird. You're weird.
That Q-Bike probably had one lug nut for each wheel. But still,
even
lug
a
nuts.
Smart car had 4. I think 4. Maybe 3 or 4.
Those smart cars were so dangerous.
And you couldn't have any of them on a lift. You had to like put them up on blocks. You had to.
If you were hit by a Suburban at 30 miles an hour, you're dead. That's it. Yeah. It's gonna crush you and you're dead. Crush you with the subscribe button. Crush you with a like.
Like
various
down there.
Videos over top.
Subscribe. You got
Comment
the playlist and all the goodness above me. Drive on, Lugnutz.